Alright, so for Sprint 7, it was basically doing a lot of working on the game portion of this project. So basically, the last thing I want to do for my recording module, if I can get to it, is put into a command pattern, and I already have it set up how it should be. So how the pattern would be set up is having a end frame and a connect timeline that is called from the base, which is the the pure virtuals, and then these will be the commands, and then null state if there's nothing going on. And then for the engine itself, I added more stuff to like the AI tool. So the AI tool I have set up for specifically for the game, so they don't use the math tool. The AI tool is so then like they have a look at function. So if there's an object they want a object, if they have an enemy that wants to like look at the player, you can just set up like this and you just put in their positions and the object rotation it'll do for you. This is the next one specifically on the y-axis, so it's really close to how we have set up for testing a clamp point to a center point. It is literally the same code for our B spheres, and that's for the around radius. And then look at y is just the rotation, so the y-axis doesn't change. So it's not pointing straight down. So specifically for like our tanks, it's now pointing straight down and cutting into the tank body. And unload user content from the engine. I never had this, and now I do. So yeah. Now on the game side, played a lot of catch up, so I have a lot of spawners now. I have a main object spawner, if I can find it, spawners, object spawner. And object spawner controls three other main spawners, which is enemy spawner, which is what controls all the enemies. And then each of those have their own spawner for each enemy. Environmental spawner, so that'd be for like buildings, rocks, all that type of stuff, scenery, and possibly terrain if I, no. Well, if the user wants terrain, they might be able to set it there. I still have to see. And then utilities is projectiles and power-ups, which I have a power-up set up also. So then if we go into like the enemy spawner, it has a tank spawner. That's what the tank spawners. And then for the enemy tank spawner, if we go into this, it'll go and clean all the enemy tanks and enemy turrets. And then when it's being called by its destructor, it terminates. So if we go into one of the levels for the planes, for end scene, you just see that there is object spawner return objects. And then if we go into the unload content, then it's terminate, so then it terminates all the spawners. So then we also have a power up now. So if we go and run through this, basically I have a power up so then when you walk into it, it'll destroy itself and then you're able to shoot as fast as you want instead of having a timer for how fast it is to shoot. And then I want to do that for like the tank speed, bullet speed, how strong the bullet is, because I already have variables set up that can be easily be changed. Once this loads up. Okay, so then this is right now the title screen for my level controller, just so that I have something to test out. Click enter to play. So then we go into the first one, where this guy's now shooting at us. And if I go far enough back, he won't shoot at us. And we get close enough, he'll start shooting at us again. Then over here. So this is for every 1.5 seconds, I believe. And if I go and pick this up, I can shoot this as much as I want. And if we go over here, we can go and shoot at this guy. And we'll go into the next level. And then if we go and destroy these guys, they'll just kick us back into the title screen, and I'll just keep looping through right now. So biggest thing I need to do now is have it so then the spawners create. They right now they do create everything, but they don't hold the information in the factories. So I still have it in the scene, which I can change. So I need to work on more models, power-ups, and once I get the spawners down, and I need to do the uh, terrain, finish up the terrain, so then my objects can be on the terrain smoothly. But once I basically have the spawners set up, is when this is actually gonna start looking a lot more like a game.